I just walked into his store by calling him first and then showed him a Fountain of Life. He tried it, and then basically all of his customers had immediate results. And so really quickly, he decided to really, because in his store he has so many products, and now he's really just focusing on Fountain of Life as one product that can solve many issues. And so now he's a lifestyle director 3. I'm lifestyle director 4, and he's making amazing income in the business. So that's Dr. Henry, and Henry, please meet, of course, my uncle Winston. Actually, I talked about you a lot, Uncle Winston, in my call I did about 3 weeks ago. I was sharing with people that, when I was growing up with my dad, he was a very, very, average income, working as a programmer, mom at the bank, right? And I was sharing with people that it was when I went to Malaysia, and the first time I saw you in the mansion and your 7 cars, you're driving the Lexus SC 430. That was my dream car back then. You basically opened my eyes to wanting to achieve more for my family. And so, but also Uncle Winston, he's actually very famous in Kota Kinabalu in Malaysia. He is a chairman of, I think, 7 or 8 different organizations, and I think he's wearing one of his golf shirts, I think, from one of his organizations, it looks like.
This is Tai Chi.
Tai Chi, yeah, he does Tai Chi.
Tai Chi logo, yeah.
Yeah, he's been in the newspapers so many times. We have a group chat for the Lau family, and you always see him being featured on some newspapers. So he's been using Fountain of Life. He's going to start to actually. So we're hoping he's going to be the one to become our main Malaysia distributor and partner there. So yeah, so there's a proper introduction. So Henry, meet Winston. Uncle Winston, meet Henry.
Yes, Winston, can you tell us a little more about how you used Fountain of Life and how you change anything for you?
Yes, actually, I have been consuming this Fountain of Life for the past almost 2 weeks. Before that, I have, in fact, that about 10 years ago, actually, I had high blood pressure, but I gave it up about 4 or 5 years ago, gradually reducing my dose of medicine, and then I gradually come to a low blood pressure. So maybe because I practice Tai Chi, and it come down sometimes come down to 109, 106 at the above, and then below it's about 60 plus. So but after consuming this Fountain of Life, it adjusts my blood pressure back to about 120, 125, sometimes 130, and lower is about 80, 81, 82. Which is quite, normal. I consider normal to me. I'm 63 years old.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to be a bit higher, should be at a bit higher level.
Yeah.
But I mean, anyway, lower is better than high blood, hypertension is it. So and then I'm trying also keep on see every month I suggested to Rene that I'll go to have a blood test, and then before and after, and then compare to after taking Fountain of Life, what is the difference. In fact, my medical report blood test is quite okay, just only the uric acid is a little bit high, and my sodium is a little bit low. Others are all pass. But I feel like what. That's why I told Rene. I think a few years back, Rene already told me to come into this business, but that time was too busy for me. I'm in the tourism industry. Every day you have to meet a lot of people. I'm also the chairman of an association. Too busy. But now under this pandemic, we are very free. So in fact, myself, 30 years ago, I'm also doing direct sales multi-level, but that time I'm doing actually Amway, doing quite good, but I'm also coming into tourism, so I cannot do both at that time because I have to concentrate. So I have chosen tourism. 30 years until now, I'm considered quite successful. But today, I retire, so it's a good time for me to come into this business because I know a lot of people, and also about chairman of about 6 NGO, non-government organization, all those Chinese association, and and also honorary advisor to more than a dozen of NGO. So I really meet a lot of people. So I think that I'm in the position to come up, to go all out now to to this business. And then the most important thing is this FOL proven that can help people, to help people to their health and getting better. That is the most important thing. Okay, thank you. Yeah.
That's great. That's great sharing, and we certainly welcome you. When the people like you, let's say, use it, like it, and then you promote it, it has a lot more credibility. With your mentions, with your high prestige in society, you can influence a lot of people. You can change a lot of people's lives, especially the health-wise. Because a lot of people in your community, in your circle, they have money, but they need better health. They definitely need better health, especially the people in our range of age, from 50 to maybe 65. That's actually for me, I can say that that's a very dangerous zone in life, because a lot of people still are working hard. A lot of people, they still have all kinds of responsibility, their parents, grandparents even, and kids, and then so there's a lot of social obligations, social life, and then they're just simply too hard working. Give me 1 second. Let me close the window. So they didn't pay enough attention to the health. In some ways that it undermined their health. So I in this industry, I ran into a lot of situations where people they collapse because of a heart attack, because of a stroke, because of different things. So it's very important that we actually get the fountain of life to them before things happen, and that's very, very important. And in terms of the blood pressure, high blood pressure, low blood pressure, it's all because of our health condition is it's like the yin yang balance, like the Tai Chi. There is some kind of an off balance. It always has this normal range. If it goes beyond, then it goes either high or low. So when it's high, it's usually because it's the let's say the inflammation in the blood vessels, the building up of triglycerides level, that's a stickiness in the blood, or some kind of quality of the blood is deteriorating, like proteins, fat, different garbage in the blood vessels that builds up the blood walls, and then they start to be thickened, start to be less flexible, so the blood pressure goes up. So the fountain of life can solve that problem by detoxing the bloodstream. So they get rid of this excessive fat, excessive triglycerides, and the excessive LDLs in the blood vessels, so that the high blood pressure can go down. Sometimes when we take too much either medication or our body condition deteriorates, we actually can get into low blood pressure. So as you were experiencing, when your blood pressure is let's say under around 100, the lower range, the lower one drop below 70, then it becomes low blood pressure. Actually, low blood pressure also make you feel dizzy, feel weak, because the blood pressure, the blood is not pumping enough, doesn't have enough pressure to pump the blood to the brain. Then we feel weak, feel dizzy, feel fainting, and then that's actually also very dangerous. So what the fountain of life does is it mutually regulates the blood pressure. So when our blood pressure drops low, it is usually because of a couple of things. Number one is our digestive system gets weaker. Our digestive system is not absorbing enough nutrients. They are not making enough blood. Our blood is being generated by our bone marrow, and they need a lot of nutrients. They need a lot of energy in the body. the qi circulation. Our body count on those to generate the blood. So usually when our blood pressure is low, it means we don't have enough blood in our body. And that's usually because of the degeneration of the body organs, especially like the spleen, the kidney, the liver, and also the digestive system, like the stomach, and also the liver. When their condition deteriorate, they don't coordinate each other. They don't work together to generate the blood, and then our blood pressure goes down. So we have to. So when we use the Fountain of Life, the Fountain of Life is able to promote it, to generate energy, generate the qi, generate blood in our body, and then the pressure starts to go back to normal because it has enough blood to be pumped around, and then our pressure goes back to normal. So in our age range, like around, let's say your age is 63, we actually do need our blood pressure to be between, let's say, 120 to 130 or even 135. That's a higher range. And the lower one should be between 80 to 90. So that's a more normal range. So if you drop below that, then you don't feel good. You feel weak, you feel tired, you're sometimes feeling dizzy. So that's a very good sign that your blood pressure actually went back to normal. So that's and it's a reasonably short time. It's not like taking so long. So it's that's a very good testimony, and we would be happy to work with you. And if you have any people, any friends that would like to use the product, then we would be happy to connect with your people, explain to them how to use it and how to. Usually we do have people that run into different situations. They run into different, we call healing crisis. So we have to explain to them what that means, so that they don't treat it as a side effect. They don't treat it as a problem. It's actually in the process of healing, in the process of getting better. They might be experiencing things because our body has to, when our body is healing, it will actually show some signs of disturbance in the body, and we just have to explain to them what that means. So it'll be great that you can help your people with their health conditions, and that'll be a very good starting point. We would be happy to work with you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Doctor and Renee. About to leave because I have an appointment at 9 o'clock.
Okay.
So next time, if you have such a
Meeting?
what they call Zoom meeting, I'll join again. And then any question arise from what I have been talking to people, ask them to come to products, Fountain of Life. Then I'll ask Doctor some question again.
Yes.
Also, okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Uncle.
Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye.
Good morning. Okay, bye-bye.
Every
Bye-bye.
Every Sunday at this time, it's Monday, your Monday morning, we have this meeting. So every week, same time, we have this meeting.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right.
We'll see you next
Thank
time.
you.
Thanks, Uncle. I'll send you the link. I'll send you the reminders. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay,
Thank you.
take care, Uncle.
Okay.
Okay, that's great that we got a chance to have my uncle share a few words today, and you might see the resemblance in the family.
Oh yes, yes. He is a real deal millionaire.
Yeah, he's it's crazy because you heard my story years later, because I went back to Malaysia maybe about I think 2016 or so. I went back there again, and by that point in time, he bought the mansion beside his old mansion and built like a walkway between both mansions, and the driveway had expanded, so we've been talking a lot because of course, we just got I've been waiting patiently because we just got the product registration done. So I just been waiting to talk to him about the Fountain of Life, and now that the part was registered, yeah, we've been talking for the last 3-4 weeks now. And so, I think it should be going pretty well, hopefully with him in the future. So.
Yes. Amajit, I have a customer after taking FL. He is His eyes is red. Okay. All right. Okay. Amajit asked the question, when his customer using the fountain of life, his eyes become red. Well, as I said, whenever our body behave in a certain way, it means there's something wrong in that direction. So if the eyes is red, the eye is usually related to the liver. So we call the eye is the opening to the liver, the ear is the opening to the kidney. So when something goes on in the eye, it usually reflects something that trace back to the liver. So we call that, usually we call that liver fire blazing. So the fire from the liver is shooting up into the eyes, it shows in the eyes. So let them, don't look at it as a side effect or as some kind of allergy or something that the body is not suitable for the product to use. But just look at it means it's almost like a testing device that will show, okay, in this line from the eye to the liver, there's something that needs to be fixed. It usually also usually redness is means inflammation, infection, and also heat, body heat in that direction. So by using the fountain of life, eventually they will benefit. But if there was empty heat in the body, then it actually shows in the eyes being red. So they just have to make use of the fountain of life in a different way. Sometimes they increase the dosage, lower the dosage, or stop a few days and take it again. So eventually, when the body overcomes this problem, then their eyes would be okay, and the liver is going to be adjusted. So there won't be as much we call empty heat in the body, in the liver. So it takes time, but they just have to adjust their way of using it. How to let the body, let's say, heal the problem without giving too much symptoms or too much bother the body too much. So just to find the right dosage, right time, or right way of taking it. They just have to continue to take it one way or the other. Eventually, they'll get over the situation.
Hey, Henry. Actually, recently I came across a document that I've been sending to people that might have customers that are experiencing these healing, episodes. And I'll put a link into the group chat for all of you to have a copy right now. So it should be this one over here. And it's really, really interesting because this person, this team, made this whole document just talking all about detoxing. And the one that you just asked, Amarjeet, red eyes, they have a whole list of symptoms of detoxing and what they mean. So from acid reflux, heartburn to anal itch, bleeding gums, bloating, these are all possible things that can happen during a detoxing process, body odor. So if you look down here and you go to red eyes, funny enough, they actually have a category called red eyes. It's exactly what Henry just said. He said, red eyes denote serious cleansing activity taking place in the liver, a sign that the liver is greatly toxic. And it has some, solutions for you to work on while, of course, you are doing the actual detoxing, right? Another one that we do see sometimes is rash on the skin. And again, it's a sign that the body is eliminating via the skin. A sign that the blood is toxic denotes the blood is being purified, right? So, because there's just so many different possibilities of what might happen during a detox process. And because everyone's different, we're going to see different types of, possibilities, right? So anyhow, I thought this document here might be really good for you guys to have as a tool that you might want to share with some people, because perhaps it'll help you as well too, as you're talking to people that might be experiencing foul odor. Maybe their body, they realize that they start to smell more. But again, that means that your body is actually cleansing itself out and pushing out the toxins. So again, you tend to smell a bit more. I've seen some people that have fevers when they're taking, very rare, but I've seen people get a fever when they're taking FOL. And again, it denotes the body heating up so as to create perspiration, which is a form of eliminating bad stuff from your skin, right? So again, this document here, I found it just recently actually, and I thought that again, it might help you guys, in people that might have experiencing detoxing. And again, the key thing is that, if you experience something after taking a natural product like Fountain of Life, it means that it's actually working. So again, hope this document helps you guys, and you get a bonus for being on the call today.
Yes, for sure. Yeah. So if we are able to understand the detoxing process and also how the body is healing itself by showing some signs of reaction, it's not a side effect. It's not that something this is not suitable for your body type or your body condition. It's just the body is finding a way to heal itself. If you treat it as a side effect or as some kind of a abnormal, let's say the body doesn't, is not suitable for this product, then you quit using it, then that's where the problem ends. The problem just, but if we can find a way of using it, either by reducing dosage, increasing dosage, or just by being persistent, or somehow eventually you will solve the problem and then the body get back to normal. As I always tell people, if a person is perfectly normal, they will not react to this one in any shape or way. They might, even if you take half a bottle, they might not even feel anything. But the people who have a problem, somehow they will actually react in one way or the other. So when the body is reacting in one way or the other, it's the body is showing you that there is a problem. It's almost like in the ancient times, we use this silver chopstick to test whether there's poison. So when you take, it becomes black. It means there's poison there. So the Fountain of Life is a tester for your body. Whenever your body reacts in some way, it means there's a problem there. So you have to, instead of backing off, you actually just find a way how you can get over that. Your body can heal from that reaction or problem. So by just changing the dosage, a different way of using it, and then it will eventually get over it. Once you get over it, your body will not react. So when your body is not reacting to it, you are feeling good, then it means your body is brought back to balance. And that's very, very important. And that document, there's a link that you can always save, or probably we can, Renee can send it to our group again, then we can share with other people. So even you can actually send the link to people before even they start taking the product. Because if they start taking it and then they feel the reaction or something, and then you send them the link, then they will say you are just finding an excuse. You're finding an excuse for their problem. But if you kind of prepare them for the reaction or for a possible reaction, then when it comes, then they will feel, oh, it's expected. It's something that is normal, that is actually reasonably should be there, or even so that way they don't be skeptical. They don't be suspicious of your intention. You tell them right away. Sometimes you might scare them a little bit. You might make them a little anxious. What would happen? But it's better than when they feel something and then you tell them, oh, you find the excuse, you find a reason for them to continue to use your product. So it's a little different. Okay, it was great that we had Winston online to share his, this is the millionaire. That's the super rich class people. And that's who inspired Renee to continue his search for success and the search for better ways of helping people. So that's a great inspiration, and we had a huge boost of our team momentum when people like that join us to stand in front of our line and then tell more people about it. So that's a great, great. Okay, let's see who is online again. So we do have more people. We have Salem, we have Pang, we have Lily, Haley, Anita, Amy, Amajit. Okay. I was going to share a little bit that what I shared in the Chinese group. I hope I'm going to go over it a little bit so that we can also just share some thoughts and ideas in this. If you can see my screen, I'll be just to, okay. So team development, team construction. This is something that I shared with the Chinese team, and now I'm going to talk a little bit here. So now my topic is keep growing, keep expanding, keep moving, keep developing. Anyway, so the first point I would like to bring up is we have to have I know this is the Chinese, but when I translate it, I don't know whether it will make sense, but it's just an idea I'll explain. So empty cup theory, which means when we come to this company, we try to learn new things from the company. We try to forget about our past glory, past experience, past certain things that might be helpful in many ways, but sometimes they become an obstacle. They become a problem for our new adventure with this company. And some of the past, let's say, expectations from other companies, from other, we might be always comparing why this company not doing this one as good as the other one, as the other company that I used to be. So we tend to be lost in certain things that that would beat us down, that would give us ideas, that it would give us negative thoughts about the company, about the products, because we sometimes we leave a certain company because there are so many problems, this and that. But by the time we get into a new company, then we would find the one point that this one is not as great as the other one, as the other industry, as the other one. Then we tend to beat us down and tend to get down on ourselves. So so first of all, we need to be empty cup minded, so that we want to put in new things. We don't want the old stuff in there that's bothering us, that's giving us trouble. So we want to be doing that. So try to leave aside whatever our past glory is, whatever past experience with. They might or might not help us. If they help us, then we use them. If they don't help us, then we try to leave them aside so that they don't bother us. The second one, we always have to have a new goal. We always have to look for our next level of advancement or rank advancement, whatever, or new LE recruiting, or something that we have to set up a new goal for ourselves. Always have to set a new goal and then keep looking at that, because sometimes we might be lost by certain things in life. We might lose our goal. We might lose our target. We might be just looking at what obstacle in front of, what problem is presented to us. So we would be so, you know, in a sense, let's say we set the star as our goal. We would look at that instead of minding each step stone. Like on our road, there will always be stones, cracks, and then roads, different things that would stop us. But if we just keep our eye on the target, on the goal, then eventually it works out better. And then the third point is we call it IGA. We have to keep on doing that. The high efficiency IGA. IGA means in income generating action. We have to keep doing that. And that's the one that keep us going, keep us moving, and keep generating income, and keep the team going as well. So we have to keep doing that all the time. If we stop doing that, then we will slow down, and then we would ask ourselves why we are not making money. So we have to keep doing the work that we are supposed to do. And then number 4 is to keep pumping new blood. We need the new blood in our system that would give the older people the boost of incentive, the boost of confidence. Because if your team always stay at yourself or one more people for 2 years, then nobody see any difference, nobody see anybody succeeding. So then they slow down too. So we always have to pump in new blood, new customer, new team, new rank advancement, and that's the best incentive to your team. We have to be keep moving, keep advancing rank, and keep getting the car bonus, the MGIS. Then we are boosting everybody's confidence. Number 5 is to work as a team, to work as a family. We usually do try to get your family involved. I know it's not easy. Sometimes it's the most difficult part of the system, but we try. We try to. I usually compare. Let's say husband and wife together. 1 + 1 is not 2. Actually, 1 + 1 is 3 or 4 in this business. Let's say you go out and you talk to some people, and then your wife is behind you. When your wife is supporting you with a testimony or encouragement, then the result is 3 times better or even 4 times better. But when your wife or your partner or your family member is saying, "Hey, it's not that great," okay? Don't. So that's when your family is involved in a positive energy. It actually helps a lot. Also, the family members, you can encourage each other, you can support each other, you build as a team. Even the kids, okay, try to get them involved. So try to encourage the participation of family members for the longer freedom of finance, freedom of time, and freedom of soul. So this is we have to look at the long term instead of focusing on the current difficulties or current problem. Because if we don't work on something that's special, eventually we end up being the same as we always have been. So if we want to change in life, we just have to do something that other people might not be interested in doing or might not have the persistence in doing. Number 5 is we have to keep recruiting and always keep in touch with your friends or family or co-workers, whoever it is in your circle. Keep in touch with them and always ask for referral. Anybody that's come your way, you can, or even if you think that they would never be interested in the business, they would never use a product, always ask them, whoever they are, ask for their referral. If they know somebody that might be able to benefit from, let's say, Fountain of Life. We know that almost everybody have some use for it. Everybody has some area of their health they need help with. So it's just a matter of we get the referrals from people, then we keep pumping our contact list, our name list, and keep expanding it. Keep looking at the list on a daily basis. Eventually, you will break through from one or 2 of them or 3 of them. Number G. So we would have to chat with people, talk with people, the difference between a 3 to 5 year plan, which is our business, as versus to their 45-year plan. A lot of people working the whole life. Eventually, they end up retiring on a pension, retiring on a very limited budget to live the whatever life left. And that's not, if that's not what we are doomed for, then the 3 to 5 year plan, working like Rene, he worked and he's enjoying doing it, and he built the generational wealth for his family. So that's what we are looking at. We are overcoming the current difficulty. We are overcoming the current problems, and but we are looking at the long-term achievement, which is our 3 to 5 year hard working. Then we would get it on cruise control. Then we would be getting the desired income and desired lifestyle. And number 8 is to connect with the existing partners and customers. We always keep them in the loop. We always go back to visit them. I mean, to talk to them, update them with our advancement, our new achievements, our rank advancement, our new products, or anything new, anything that if you went to a cruise, if you went anywhere because of the business, your expansion, you update with your customers and partners with the excitement. That's how you can keep pumping in the information so that they know you are being successful, you are being persistent, you are not quitting, you are not turning away again and again. Sometimes people would think, oh, you are excited last time, now this time you are excited, now 3 months later you're not excited anymore. They know, oh, you quit again. So that we just keep pumping with new information so they know that we are still on track, we are still making progress, and we are getting more and more successful. So we have to continue to build with that connection. And then number I is not to be trapped in management. So if we have 1 or 2 or 3 people, 5 people, 10 people in our team, we help them, we support our team, but we don't want to be lost just in helping them. We need to be, as I said, pumping new blood, pumping new people, so that we spend 80% of our time on the IGA, income generating actions. Number G is to look for help. If you are in trouble, you are in difficulty, you are in a downturn, you are in a whatever slow time, always seek help and guidance from the positive people, the people that are your fives above you, the people that can help you. Try not to look for help from your downline, from your sideline people. Well, if they can help, that's always good. But usually it's the upline, the people above you that can help you more. So don't be trapped in those complaints. Always immerse yourself in positive people. Keep away from complaints, because complaints are the poison for our industry. When people start complaining, then it's a negative energy that cuts off your confidence. So keep away from complaints. We always look for positive people to talk to, look for inspiration, look for help. And the number we're repeating those numbers, but just simple duplication. Don't try to reinvent the wheel. The company already has a system set up. We can try to do new things, but the system already has a duplication system in place. We have the Zoom calls, we have the webinars, trainings, we have all kinds of different things. We have all these tools that we use. Sometimes if we try to be too uniquely inventive, then it might not necessarily work out to be the best. So try to focus on doing the simple duplication, because these are the things that your people can duplicate. Sometimes when we try new stuff, it might not be as easy to duplicate. So another number, the next one is try to get the names of the new people in the first possible time. Sometimes when our new partners they cool down, they are not excited anymore, then it's very hard to get the name. Sometimes we sit down with our new partners, we sit down with our upline, downline, we try to analyze their names and list and see which one we can talk to next. We set a goal, we make a list of the people and then set a time schedule to talk to these people, so that these people, they start to, we call it make babies. We call, so that they find partners, they find the reason not to stop. And when you have partners, when you have team members, then you have responsibility so that you feel like you will have to work with your partners, and then you would move your rank, you move everything. That's how you get the ball rolling. So the last point is, it's actually very important. Persistence means victory. When you're able to persist, then that's only victory comes only with the persistence, because quitting is the easiest thing in the world to do. Everything. Even some people, they quit their life. They say, oh, I'm fed up with my life. I don't want to live this life anymore. I'll quit my life. I'll quit my marriage. I'll quit this, I'll quit that. So there are so many things that it's just the easiest thing is to quit. The most difficult thing to do is actually persistence. So we have to keep doing what we do, and persistence means victory. So let's keep being persistent, keep working on it, and then to the billion. Okay, that's my sharing. And now I leave the time to all of you to share your thoughts. Okay, thank you. All right.
Well, hello everyone.
Hi, Salem.
How are you, honey?
Happy to see you, honey.
Yeah, happy Mother's Day to all the women out there.
Yes,
absolutely.
Happy Mother's Day to you.
Thank you. Okay, so I heard from my girlfriend.
Yeah.
So I've been trying to get it to her, and she was very skeptic. And guess what? Her mother had a kidney transplant, so she was doing very difficult on this transplant. And she had a bad temper. So she put her mother on it. She goes, oh my God, it changed my mother's personality.
Oh.
She's a lot nicer and she's calm, and her blood pressure went down.
Wow.
And she goes, oh my God, I can't believe you didn't like knock down my door and bring this sooner. I said, I've been trying to tell you for 5 months. Okay. She goes, I'm never going to stop taking this. I'm never stopping to take this. I can't believe the energy, the sleep I'm getting, and just the peace. And her dog had a problem.
Mm-hmm.
She gave it to her dog, and yeah, the dog is doing better.
Yeah.
So how many drops to give a dog?
Depending on the size of the dog, usually it's like between let's say even 2 drops to 10 drops. The dog, depending on the size. Usually we have small babies, and then we have big, huge dogs. So usually the big ones, they can probably handle 10 or 20 drops, but the small ones, like 5 drops.
Yeah, sorry. I think a good rule of thumb is every 10 kilograms of weight.
Oh yeah.
2 drops would be a good sort of rule of thumb. Yeah.
Yeah. So I wish I could have recorded her. I gotta ask my son when I'm talking to people on FaceTime how to record them, because her testimony was amazing. She's French Canadian. So the French Canadian are very articulate. When they love something, they like freak out.
Yeah.
Right. And she's like, I have more energy. I don't have as much pain. I'm awake when I'm supposed to be awake. I'm asleep when I'm supposed to be asleep. Like, I cannot believe you didn't kick my door and make me take this.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, what am I supposed to do? So anyway, so basically, yeah, you're right. Be persistent. The product works. What can I say? Once, and you know, like I said, one bottle, you get results. I know what you guys say, it takes a while. No, but there's little minute details in people's lives, like they get the energy quick, they sleep quick. So I think this product works like as soon as you start to take it.
Yes.
Now with the other people that are having those like horrendous side effects, the die-off, it's called die-off. That means they're killing too much and there's no exit plan for the toxins to go, right? Because you have to help the toxins get out. Like I'm doing neti pot. with the fountain of life. I boil water, I put the salt, pink salt, and then I let it, but I have a cake and water machine. So I'm using 11.5 alkaline, strong alkaline water, put my salt, then I let it cool down to, you know, like enough that my nose can handle. I put about, I don't know, 10 to 15 drops because I'm greedy into my water, because I'm doing 3 neti pots going this way, 3 neti pots going this way. So it just cleans out the whole sinus, the ears, the head, the throat. So it's, you could take it. This is just my personal opinion. Okay. For educational purposes only.
Mhm.
I tried it in a neti pot and I absolutely love it, because we have to, and it worked. It didn't hurt, but the benefits was like spectacular. Literally took the pressure off the eye, took the pressure out of the ear. So it cleans out the whole sinus, but it goes, you know, it's going up and it's going out and it's going down.
Mhm.
So yeah, so there's ways to help the die off part of it,
Mhm.
right? Like maybe, you know, in order to get it out of your system, maybe take some psyllium husk before bed to clean out the colon, to help that, because most people are toxic. They're so toxic. Their body is acidosis.
Mhm.
So it's like it'll make a comeback, but I would suggest, if you're that toxic, 5 drops, 2 hours later, 5 drops, like go slow, but it will work. Or if it's too much, back off. But I'm at the point where I'm not even counting the drops anymore. So I'm getting some good reports, especially with that kidney transplant. Mom, my friend's mom, she can't believe the results, and she's only been on it for a week. Okay.
Mhm.
Anyway, I wanted to give you that you know, that testimony
Mhm.
on two skeptics.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, the worst skeptics ever. Once they tried it, now they're a believer. So keep up with the skeptics. Keep going. You're
Mhm.
doing them a favor. You're
Yeah.
literally doing them a favor, and they will thank you later. Don't worry if you're a pain in the butt. Don't worry about that. Okay, if you love somebody, keep going, because they need it, and it doesn't matter. Everybody needs it. It's almost like an adaptogen, so it goes into each other. So it's like a signature supplement will go to where it needs to go to. So you don't really need to know your problem. You don't
Mhm.
even need to know the problem,
Yeah. It's very
but you
smart.
can you will feel the results.
Mhm.
Now, you know, I remember when I started taking it, and like, you know, like I was getting the headaches, but of course I combined it with this, and
Ah,
it really helped.
safety.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I really like the brain formula.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. So
I
anyway,
usually,
that
I usually
Quick
combine
question.
that with the
Yeah,
fountain.
Silam, are you using an iPhone or an Android?
I'm on an iPhone.
Okay, so if you want to know how to record the next time you're on FaceTime, um, you know how when you swipe down, there's actually a special record button. So you can actually record whatever's happening on your phone.
Okay.
If you maybe can reach out to me afterwards, I can show you how to go and well, actually, does everyone here know how to do that? Should I teach everyone how to record on your iPhone?
Because when you're on FaceTime, you're getting the best testimonies. Like, it's incredible.
Yeah, so here, let me show you guys how to
I
go and
think
do
if you
this.
pull down here, if you pull down this button, then
Yes.
you have this screen that shows, and then the bottom one, the very bottom one is a record button. This one.
Where on Messenger?
No, it's when you're on any app, you just pull down the right-hand side corner. So you pull down, then it shows all these options for different things. And then
Okay.
one of the button is record. The very
Okay. I
bottom.
have to. I'll get one of my sons to help me.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you very much. I just wanted to give a really good praise report
Yeah.
on the products. Yes, it's discouraging times right now, but and people don't know how to make a move because everybody's frozen in fear. But you know what? Get on the phone, make phone calls, just see how people are doing. And it's momentum.
Yes.
For all the actions, they'll like keep going. Like, okay, that it's like getting a job. Okay, you're not going to just put one resume out there. Okay, you put your resume at like 200 places, and maybe someone will respond. It's action, boom, 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 action, 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 and massive action will bring you massive results. But with mothers have a hard time because we have a big, it's a lot of work taking care of families and stuff like that, but it's still doable. It's just like the mothers out there, etch out some time. Your business does matter. Your success does matter, but it's going to have to be up to us.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah. Anyway, that's all I have to say. Thank you.
Beautiful, beautiful contribution. Thank you very much, Sigley.
You're welcome. You're welcome, Henry.
Yeah. All right. So who else would like to share anything tonight? We are about 1 hour point right now. Well, that reached our 1 hour mark. If any more, you're welcome. If we are done, we can close. So we are always open for sharing. So if anybody would like to share anything, we would be happy to chat. Peter, is that Peter Echo? Peter? Peter, I saw you this morning.
Yes, that's me.
Yeah, I saw you on the call this morning. How did you like the call from Rico?
It was interesting.
Yeah.
Shorter than I thought it should be, though.
Oh yeah, when I got on, actually, I had something I was busy with, and then I would have got on. It finished as well. So it was about 1 hour.
Less than an hour, wasn't it?
Less than an hour.
I think it was like 45 minutes or so, or 40 minutes.
Oh, okay. Well,
yeah, usually those calls they want to try to keep it not too long. It's kind of, I guess, the initial instruction, because I think with Mother's Day as well, he's trying to not have it going for too long, so we can actually go enjoy the Mother's Day together. But yeah, usually should be about an hour plus, some questions and answers at the back. But yeah, so I think he's trying to respect everyone's time and have it finish a bit earlier.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Do we know who is next on the episode?
I could check. I'm not actually sure though. I think it's I want to say Reza, but I'm not too sure.
Oh, okay. That was great. Yeah, the sharing was good. We just keep sharing. That's important. Sometimes we get lost in certain things, difficulties, whatever problem we have, as we lose our goal, we lose our target. But just keep doing it, keep pumping, because we always run into problems. We always run. This is dealing with people, dealing with difficulties, dealing with the problems. It's the same with our company. We have to deal with this situation, that situation all the time in order to go through things. But as long as we keep doing it, so that's what actually I admire our CEO. He always keep his goal. He always on target. He's trying no matter what happens in the market, in society. He just keep going, keep doing things, and that's where we feel comfortable. We just go with him and then be persistent with our goal. I know one time Ramin talked about the 5 times that he had major difficulties, and we had to do everything, or we had to including those what do you call it, It's the merchant machine company. They stopped providing service to us because we are a networking company, and they have to find a solution in in 30 days or 25 days. So Renee, do you still remember some of those things he talked? I could not
Yes.
remember all.
Yeah, I mean, basically, I think the key point of that message was that, there's always going to be up and downs in any business, not just direct sales or network marketing, but I have a lot of friends that have their own businesses, and it's a struggle. I mean, just and sometimes people, I don't know what it is. They hear the word business and they think somehow that it's not that hard. I mean, if you actually ever try to run your own business, I mean, from scratch, from sourcing developers for your website, designing the website, graphics, images, design the accounting, lawyers, legal teams. I mean, it's just it's endless. I mean, in most businesses, for the first 5 years, I'd say you are just a slave to that, right? And there's not, there's no guarantee. I mean, I did one training before that. I think was over 80% of all businesses um, will fail in their first year, and even less so make it beyond 5 years. So that's one quick thing I wanted to mention. But yeah, so what happened was a long time ago, more than a decade ago now, I would say, we had our merchant system that was always basically taking the payment. So people that want to pay with Amex, pay with American Mastercard or Visa, that's how we got paid. All applications come through that, all product sales come through that. And so I don't know what happened, but one of our existing executives was talking with the company, and I guess for some reason, when this company had found out that we were direct sales, and mind you, they have already been servicing us for at least 5+ years already by that point in time, right? If not more than 5 years. And of course, we are a Canadian registered company. The mayor of Richmond Hill was at our grand opening. We file our taxes every year with the CRA, so everyone knows who we are, right? But suddenly, Ramin gets a message that says, basically you have less than, I think it's like 2 weeks, not even a month, but 2 weeks before we have to stop processing all of your payments. And so what Ramin had to do to survive this ordeal while he was basically finding another provider, and I'm not sure I would know many other owners that would actually do this, but he made a deal with the current company that said, keep collecting payments, but don't pay me. So usually when Amex or MasterCard, and Henry has a store, he knows this, when he collects payments from MasterCard or Visa, that company then sends the money to Henry's bank account, right? So again, they are the broker in between. So what Ramin said to this company was, just keep collecting payments. We don't want to stop the business from happening, but don't pay me the money for now until you sort out your things. So imagine every single month we're collecting hundreds and thousands, of monies for product purchases or packages that have products. And usually you need that money to run your business, correct? But he said, just hold the money, as long as you keep on collecting it, just hold the money if you can do that for me. And so they actually agreed to that. They agreed to keep collecting payments on our behalf, but they would not send us any of the money until things got sorted out. So that happened again, and this is where Ramin had to dip into his own personal savings, again, and we're very blessed that Ramin was already a self-made millionaire, very wealthy before he started this company, because he didn't have to go and shut the company down or have a breakage in service, service time for collecting payments. And so, but since then, the one thing that I remember him always saying that he learned from that ordeal is he's always learned to have many backup plans. So if you ever wonder why we switched to iPayout, which is our current system, it's the most fabulous system we have right now. We can do payments to bank accounts worldwide. You can request a debit credit card to get your payments. You can request a check as well. But before iPayout, we were using another company called TrueCash. I think, Henry, you might have been in when we had TrueCash. I can't remember if when you started.
I didn't use the system. I didn't use. I just.
Yeah. So Yeah, so I know Amarjeet, she's saying that she was. So Amarjeet was in the business when we had True Cash. What happened was all of a sudden, True Cash, which is where we used to pay our partners their income. So now we're not talking about collecting payments. We're talking about paying our partners all over the world. And True Cash was our main partner. So people in Australia, in Nigeria, in Kenya, London, Germany, Spain will get payments via this True Cash debit credit card. And all of a sudden, something happened with some government policies, nothing related to us, nothing related to True Cash, but they couldn't collect, they couldn't do payments to partners outside of Canada. It had to do with, I guess, international wire transfers and a lot of fraud that was going on back in those days. So there was a huge stoppage for any, I guess, company that was sending money outside of Canada into people's debit credit cards. So again, imagine what that would have happened if Ramin didn't have by then, a backup for the backup. So immediately, and of course, I heard all of this because I'm very close to CEO. Of course, I'm kind of like panicking, trying to make sure we don't have any. Imagine all of a sudden you miss this week's paycheck. It's never a good sign, right? But fortunately, because he already had a backup in place, within less than like 24 hours, we switched the system over to iPayout. I was immediately given a test link. I was testing my commissions into that iPayout link, and none of you guys saw any hit on the service times by the company. It's smoothness. So right now, if you're wondering, we have backup plans for web hosting companies. We have backup plans for credit card merchants. We have backup plans for the payment system to our partners. We have backup plans for our manufacturers that do the packaging of your products. We have backup plans for the printing of the label. So Ramin's lived his whole life now with this theory. But in short, though, we've gone through the many highs and lows, the hills and the valleys. But you get stronger every time you surpass that, and that's remains constant. As long as you keep on going forward, out of every valley, eventually you'll reach a hill again, and the next hill gets higher, the next hill gets higher, and that's how you get to the billion. So yeah, thank you, Henry. Hope that helps.
Yeah, that's always helpful. I know Ramin talked about 5 times. One of them is in Nigeria market, where they had some difficulty with the government, and then they had to somehow.
Oh yeah, Nigeria, actually, it wasn't even us having difficulties. It was the whole of Nigeria. If you look at the news, when the oil industry crashed, and basically, again, Nigeria was really based upon oil back then. So all of a sudden, and all of Nigeria's economy, unfortunately, it wasn't run the best possible given the scenarios, because all of their economy was based upon that. So when oil prices started to drop, by dollars on the barrel, it put the whole country in a huge deficit. So what Nigeria's government said was they wanted to keep any US dollars they had within the country. Long story short, they banned any company, a foreign company. If a foreign company was doing business in Nigeria, they could not pull money out. So imagine we're collecting all this payment from all these partners. And again, we have a bank account in Nigeria with Zenith Bank, but now Ramin can't get his money out to pay for all the expenses again, right? That's one issue. Another issue with Nigeria was that, again, before on a credit card, you could charge $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 Canadian US dollars to pay for a package. When that happened, Nigeria's whole government said, from now on, any foreign credit card has a limit of every month $200 US. So no one was able to sign up now because they didn't have a credit card to pay us, right? And so that was just, again, some examples of the challenges that we had. Again, but mostly because the government as a whole, the country as a whole, put restrictions and so again, we survived it though. Many other companies went out of business in Nigeria, and we're still doing business in Nigeria today. So yeah, thank you, Henry.
That was when? Do you have some idea what time was it? Was that?
Yeah, that was 2016.
Oh,
2016.
That's pretty recent.
Yeah, so we had people making 40,000 a month, 50,000 a month, 60,000 a month. People getting their cars, and all of a sudden, just overnight, it was a disaster. So long story short, till today, our CEO has money that's still stuck in the banks in Nigeria.
Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Tricky, yeah.
Yeah, that's I know as a traditional business, I myself go through all these up and downs. Every time I feel like my company is going well, and then you get some kind of a hit. You get something either from whatever channels, whatever obstacles you run into. So I actually understand the difficulty. No matter how big you are, how small you are, you always run into difficulties. And as I said, the easiest thing to do is to quit. So I said, you could quit so many times, but if you quit, you never succeed. So that's the whole idea. You just have to find a way out of the woods, find a way over the down times, the no times. There's always something, always difficulty. We just have to keep working on it, and that's the only way we can succeed. All right, so I think that's what we would be talking about tonight. And if nothing else, we could say it quiz tonight. But we will keep going next week, and then we have.
Yeah. And Henry, just one last thing to share. Actually, I read a quote yesterday that stuck in my mind. It's by T. Harv Eker, and the quote goes, "One step in the right direction is worth 100 years of thinking about that step." Very powerful quote. Yeah, just want to leave you guys with that quote. Thank you.
Yeah, great. Okay, so thank you everybody for attending, and it's a great pleasure always talking to everybody, having everybody online, and that's whoever persists, whoever will succeed. Okay, so to the billion to everybody. Thank you, Peter, Lily, Anita, Amy, and Amajit, and Renee. Thank you very much. Have a great night. Well,
Thank you, Henry. Thank you, everyone. Good
see you
night.
soon. Okay, good night.
Okay, bye, everyone.
Thank you, Vinny. Thank you, Hemi. Good night.
Good night.
Thank you, Lily.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye bye. Bye bye, Majid. Bye. Oh, see you later, Peter. I like your participation in all the trainings and everything. That's the way to succeed. There's nothing better than persistence. Okay, we'll see you next time. Yep.